All right, we're going to talk about writing equations in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form looks like y equals mx plus b. And remember, m is the slope and b is our y-intercept. Slope and y-intercept. So if I have an equation where I know that the slope is 4 and I know that the y-intercept is -3, then it really is just a matter of plugging those into our equation. So y equals mx plus b. I'm going to take the 4 and put it in place of the m, and I'm going to take the -3 and put it in place of the b. So I end up with y equals 4x minus b. And of course, we don't want to end up with a plus minus, so it would be plus minus 3, but I would simplify it to be just that -3. Okay. This one then, if I have a slope of -3, I'm going to do y equals -3x, because the slope always goes in front of the x, plus an intercept of 7. It means I'm going to add the 7 to the end. 3x, or -3x plus 7. The last one down here has a slope of 0. So if I have y equals mx plus my b, if I put 0 in here for x, and I put 5 in for my intercept, if I multiply 0 times x, I don't really have anything there. So all I'm really left with then is just y equals 5. And sometimes you do have equations where there is no slope. The slope of a line with a 0 slope would be a flat line, looks like this. So a horizontal line, the equation actually looks like y equals and then whatever number it's on. And there's no x value. All right, so select an equation for the line graph. So if you're given a line, I need to know its slope and I need to know its y-intercept. Well, the y-intercept is probably the easiest part to find. So if I start here at 0 and I go up to 2, it looks like my y-intercept is 2. So b is 2. And it looks like all of those are 2. So now I'm going to have to find slope. And remember, when we're wanting to find slope, we want to hit some numbers that are on our grid mark. We wouldn't want to pick this one because it's a fraction. So if I pick these two, I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to run -2. And since I'm going backwards, I have to make that negative. So a rise of 3 over a run of -2 gives me 3 over -2, which would be this one right here. So I put the slope into the equation for m and the intercept in for the 2. All right, write a graph of these 2 points. So they've given us the points and the graph. So here are the points on there, and it's written this graph here. So I can find my intercept pretty easily. It's right down here at -2. So I can write my intercept is -2. And then my slope, I can find that from my 2 points here. So I'm going to rise 2, 3, and run 1. So it looks like I have a slope of 3 over 1, which is just a slope of 3. And then my equation then would be y equals m, which is 3, x, plus -2, -2. And then again, I don't really need that plus there, so I can just write -2. Okay, this one, again, this one's a flat line. Remember I said that if you have a flat line, it has a slope of 0. So I can put a slope of 0 here. Its y-intercept is right here. It crosses the axis at 2. So I have an intercept of 2. So I can write this as y equals 0x plus 2. And then, of course, I don't really need that. So I could just simplify this to y equals 2. And that's all I need. Okay, if the slope is -1/3 and the y-intercept is 4, what will the linear equation be? So again, if we have m is -1/3 and b is 4, we're going to put it into this form, y equals mx plus b. So Which one of these looks like this? Whoops. Go down a little farther here. Well, this one has an intercept of +4. This has an intercept of -4. This is -4, and this is +4. And we decided it was +4, so I know it can't be either one of those. And it has a slope of -1. This has a slope of, not -1, sorry, -1/3. This has a slope of +1/3, and this one has a slope of -1/3. So our answer is D. Write the equation of the following sequence. So now we talked about sequences the other day, and we talked about how to find the common difference. So once I know the common difference, then I can use that to find also my y-intercept. So the difference between these two, the common difference, is 8. 8. Looks like 8. 8 and 8. So my slope is 8, because remember, slope means rate of change, and the rate at which this sequence is changing is 8. Now, in order to get my intercept, remember, I've got to go back and find that 0 term. So if I go back 8 from 3, I'm going to be at -5. So my intercept is -5. So if I'm going to write an equation then, we're going to do mx plus b again. So y equals, my m is 8, so I put 8 in for the m, and my b is -5, so I put -5 in for that. And that equation will find any term in that sequence. All right, let's try this one. Now this one, the numbers are getting smaller. So my change is -5, -5, -5, and -5. I want to remember to do the negative, because if I had a change of +5, that would mean my numbers are getting bigger, and these numbers are not. They're getting smaller. So to find my y-intercept, I got to go back 1. So if I'm going to go, so this actually is a +5, which is 7. So if I start at 7 and I go down 5, I end up at 2, and then down 5. So slope is -5, and the intercept is +7. So y equals mx plus b. Again, m is -5, so I put -5 there for the m. And b is a +7, and that is my equation.